Good morning, all. Today, our topic is formulas and validation rules. Okay. While creating the fields, we have created different types of fields like pick list fields, normal text fields, some URL fields, and some relationship fields. That is all we have discussed, right? So today we are going to discuss about the formula fields. Okay, how to create a formula fields, because these formula fields which we have to write in all the validation rules as well as the flows, which are our advanced automation technologies that we use for the Salesforce admin. Okay, so let me just open up my Arc. I'm logging into the Arc. So if you see your content, formulas and validations are one concept. Why formulas and validations are one concept is, for example, if I open up any account, okay, if I would like to write any validation rule, okay, any validation rule, the thing I need to write is the formula. Okay. If you want to write the validation rule, you have to write the formula. So for that, we need to understand how to write these formulas. Okay. The way of writing these formula is exactly same as the way we write while creating the formula fields. If we go to the fields and relationship, if we click on new, okay, when we try to create the formula fields, okay, so finally it is returning, yeah, formula field can return checkbox, currency, date time, number, person, text, time. Okay, like the these are the outcomes of the formula evaluation. Okay, for example, in case of true and false, we will select the checkbox. Okay, we have to select the one of the data type, guys. Without selecting, select the data types to below. So right now none is selected. Without selecting the return type, it will not let you go to your next step. Okay, so checkbox. Generally, these are the examples of formulas, guys. Okay, when we want to compare today's date is greater than or equals to close date. Let us assume there is a field close date. Okay, generally we have this field on the opportunity object, but if you can create in account also if you want as a custom field, but whenever you want to check today is the greater than close date or not, this is how we are going to write the formulas. Okay, and we when we were discussing about our fields and relationship, we took an example of two numbers and adding those two numbers, right? That is also one more example. In that case, we are returning the number. So here, this is one of the formula. We are calculating the foreign heat depending on the field value which is present on Celsius. Okay. So we are converting a foreign heat Celsius to foreign heat. So this is kind of formula we are going to write it. Or else, for example, we would like to know, we know about the current date and I have a field that should display the next date. Okay. So this is the formula which we are going to write. Now plus 1. Now function will always return current date time. For example, today is always written the current date, guys. These two generally we use for the date functions. Today and now. Today is something like that. It will return 18/1/2025. And now will return 18/1/2025 10/8. So this is the date time. And today generally returns the date. Okay. Like this, we can write different function, I mean different formulas, guys. Okay. So if I just give the test formula and if I select checkbox, click on next, Here also it has the formula editor. Okay. If you see here you can write profile, user and user role. Okay. So this is the formulas that you can write on the account object, and you are able to access profile, you are able to access user record. I mean, for example, if you want to write a formula, okay, depending on the profile name, then you can use this one. Depending on the user name, you can use user. If you want to write the formula depending on the user role, you can write this. Okay. So when you select the profile, it will display all the things like related to the profile dot manage users. Okay. And user is active or not. If you want to check certain user is active or not. Okay. So this is something like that logged in user. Whatever the user that is logged in user, it is going to check with logged in user details. Okay. So advanced, now basically we never use the simple formulas, guys. We always use the advanced formulas. Okay. So because simple formula doesn't give us more things. If you see, it has only profile, user and user role, right? But in case of advanced formula, it will give you more details. So we always use advanced formulas. On advanced formulas, if you see, you can access account all the fields. So, and you can't access one important thing, guys. You can't access formula field inside another formula field. Okay. If you already designed a formula field and if you want to use that formula field into another formula field, that is not possible. Okay. That is the one important thing we need to remember. And then APIs. So if you want to check some any API information, this is for out of the scope for you. Okay. Organization on the company information. If you want to add some conditions depending on the company information that you are going to access here, organization. Okay. If you remember in our first class, we have discussed about how to check our company information. Okay. And then profile. So this profile always will get logged in user profile, whatever the user who logged in. Okay. Depending on the logged in user, user type or logged in user name. If you want to perform something, then we will use profile. Okay. Field trip logistics. Okay, we have, this is something generally it will not available for you until you install your Field Trip App Exchange app. Okay, so we can just ignore that one. Then system, it just have original datum, we never use it. User, so logged in user details. So in your formulas, you can check the logged in user details. And then user roles. Okay, what is the role ID. Okay. Like this, you can check the user roles. Mostly, at most, we use account profiles and users sometimes, depending on the situation, depending on the validation, and depending on the formula that we need to develop, we use accordingly. Okay. So this is formula fields. Now, if I open up a validation rule in a separate tabs, open a link. So now I'm trying to write a validation rule on the account. Insert a field. See, here it's exactly the same things whatever we have seen on the formula field. That's the reason formulas and validations are always together. Okay. Not only formulas and validations, the next concept we use the flows, guys. Flows also we will see the same things. Okay. Okay. So now we will learn one by one. Okay. So first of all, we have an idea on what is formula. Okay. Now we will get idea on what is validation rule, where we use these validation rules. Okay. These validation rules we use to define a certain criteria. For example, when I try to create a record, if certain things are get satisfied, then only allow me to create the record. Okay. For example, if I try to create an account record, let me open up app. Okay. I'm going to an account. Okay. When I click on the new, right now it is asking me account name. Okay. And if I provide the account name and click on save, that is enough, right? It is creating me the account. But I don't want to create accounts like that. I want to capture some particular data while creating the accounts. If user doesn't fill the data, then it should not allow to save the record. For example, account name is the one. Apart from that, I would like to check, they have to select the type also. Okay. They have to select type. If they don't provide the type, then there should be validation. It should stop the users saying that type is the mandatory one. You have to select it. Okay. There are two ways, guys. For example, this is your requirement. Whenever creating an account, if user doesn't provide the type, account type, then don't save the record. Okay. That is the requirement. They'll ask you, how can you achieve this one? Okay. So there are two ways that you can make. Okay. That is something like that. You can make this is default. Okay. Type is the required field. You can go to the page layout. Okay. And you can go to account layout because that is the layout which we are using for the system admin profile. Okay. So, and here there is a field, right? Type field. You can go to the properties and here you can make it as a required. Using page layout, we can make a field as read only and required. Okay. So click on OK. Then automatically if you click on save, now if you go to your, let me refresh this one and try to click on new. It will take some time, guys. That is the problem with the Lightning version. Changes will take a little bit of time. Just to confirm, I'm just switching to classic version. I'm going to accounts, trying to click on new. I can see type is the mandatory, right? So if I try to save this record now, without providing the type, just providing the account name, if you see, you are getting an error message. So these messages, we call it as a system validations. Okay. Validations are two types, system validations and custom validations. Whatever the validations that you will write through the validation rules, we call it as a custom validation rules. Okay, custom validations. Sorry, whatever the validations that you will write through validation rules, we call it as a custom validations because the validations which we are providing whenever certain conditions are satisfied. Whatever the validations which we are firing as part of these mandatory checks. For example, whenever you make it as a required field, automatically these messages are getting displayed, right? These we call it as a system validations. Okay. This is also, we have achieved our scenario, right? Whenever an account record is saving, the type field should be mandatory and that is the requirement, right? We were able to achieve this requirement using page layouts itself. Then what situation we have to write the validation rule? The situation is something like that. I want to make this type field is mandatory for certain profiles. Okay. And let us assume you have two profiles, profile 1 and profile 2. Okay. In our case, system admin and standard user, you can assume when system admin logs in, the type should not be mandatory. When platform user logs in, the type should be mandatory. If that is the requirement. Okay. In that case, again, there are two ways. You can create the two different page layouts, and in one page layout, you can make it as a mandatory, and in another page layout, you can make it as a non-mandatory. Okay, and you can assign different page layouts to different profiles. Okay, but again, the situation, I would like to use single page layout. Okay, because I don't want to use different page layouts because I don't want to maintain such many page layouts because whatever the fields which I am seeing is similar for both the profiles. I want same page layouts, but I want different behavior for different profiles. Okay. For one profile, the type should be mandatory. For another profile, the type should be non-mandatory. In such cases, we will write the validation rules. Okay. This is your important question, guys. One of the interview question. This is something like that. How many ways you can make a field as required? Okay. There are three ways, guys, always. There are three ways you can make a field as required. The first is field level. Okay. At the time of creating the field, you can make that field as the required field. On the account object, whenever you are trying to, sorry, this is the page layouts. Whenever you are trying to create any field, okay, whatever, any field, for all the fields, you will be seeing this is the default, right? Default, either it is a checkbox or non-checkbox. Number or text or email, you can take the any one. There is a one checkboxes that you are going to get is the required checkbox. Okay. Whenever you check this checkbox, then always you have to provide the value, guys, irrespective of profiles or irrespective of anything. In profile level, if it doesn't have access to this field, then obviously you can't see that field. But if you see the field on the page, or even though that is present on the record on the page layout or not, in the field level, if it is required, you have to provide the value. Okay, you have to add that field into the page layout. Okay, obviously all the required fields will get automatically to the page layouts. Okay, so you have to provide the value to that particular field. Without providing the value to this field, you can't move on. Okay, that is the required one, guys. And unique is something like that. Whenever you check this checkbox, it always makes sure that whatever you entered values in this particular field is the unique values. It will not allow duplicates for this particular field. Basically, account numbers or any numbers, we check this checkbox. Okay. Basically, these two are examples, and external ID is something like that, which we use in the integration scenarios that you don't require, guys. But they will just ask what is the difference between the required and unique. Required is something like that. It will just make the field mandatory, but you can allow the duplicates value. You can save same value, both the records. But unique is generated. You can't save the same value on two records for this field. Okay, that is unique. Always make sure that the values are unique in that particular field. Okay, so the first way of making required will start on the field level, but never ever do this one, because once you make the field as required in the field level, you can't control that fields. You can't make that field as optional for profiles or some users or anything. That's the reason, as a best practices of Salesforce, we never ever make field as required on the page level. Sorry, field level. Basically, mostly we use page layout level. We will go to the page layout and we will, because if it's the mandatory in the page layout means at least using APIs or third party integrations, you can save the account without giving this value, guys. Only it will stop you when you come to this particular page and try to create the account. Okay, but it will not stop integrations, the third party applications, which they try to create an accounts. But if you make the field level, then always you are creating from Salesforce or you are creating from outside applications. Always the field should be mandatory. Okay. Whether they use this field or they don't use this field, that's none of the matter for them. You made it as required, so they have to provide the value. That's the reason we will never make this as the required. We always make the fields are required in case of page layout level. Okay. So that whenever they create the account from the Salesforce, these page layout level required will apply if they create accounts from Salesforce pages. Okay. And again, the third scenario, same page layout, but we want to make type as required for other profiles and it should not be required for system admin profile. In such cases, we will go with the validation rules. By writing the validation rule, we can do that. I'll show you how to write the validation rules. Okay. But basically, validation rules are something like that at the time of saving the record. That means either creating the record or when you are editing the record, if you want to put some validations, if all the validations are satisfied and they all passed, then only your data is going to store in the database. Otherwise, it is not going to store in the database. That we call it as a validation rules. Okay. Any question on what is validation rule and what is system validation and what is custom validation?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Um, Now let me move on to let me take off this mandatory check from the page layout. Okay. And let me go with the validation rule. I'll go to the page layouts. Account layout. Type. I'm going to take up. There are two things, guys. Read only and required. Read only is something like that. You can just view the field. You can't edit the field. Okay. That is read only. You can make it. But when you make it as a read only, as a system administrator, still you can edit the field. If you want to check this read only functionality, you have to log in as you can make it as a read only. And after that, you can log in as non-system administrator profile user, then you will see the field as read only. Otherwise, if you log in as the system administrator, for the system administrator, all the read only fields will be visible, guys. Okay. There's no way. Even though in the profile level you made it as a read only, or page layout level you made it as a read only. Okay. That's that's something like that. System administrators will always have the superpowers. Like we can't make some fields as read only for them. It will be visible. Okay. Now I just take off the mandatory check from here, right? Clicking on the save. So my situation is something like that. I have the same profile, like same layout. Okay. When system administrator logs in, I don't want to make type as mandatory. And when other people logs in, other profile user logs in, I want to make type as mandatory. Okay. So now let me go to validation rules. I'm going to click on the new. Okay. I'm going to take the type mandatory check. Okay. Type is mandatory while creating or editing an account. Type is mandatory while creating or editing an account for non-system admin users. Okay, this is my requirement. Type should be mandatory while creating and editing an account for a non-system admin users. Okay, so now I need to think, guys. Now I have to write the formula, right? So for my formula, what is the condition I need to check? I need to check type is blank or not. Okay. Because type value is null or is blank. Okay. I need to check. Okay. So the first thing is I need to check is null or is blank. So I'm going to check the insert operations. Okay. Basically, these operators is something like that. Normal mathematical operators, guys. Add. Whenever you want to add two numbers, we will just use add operator. Okay, number 1 plus number 2. Number 1 minus number 2. Number 1 into number 2. Okay, divide, exponential, open braces, closed braces. This is our simple mathematics formulas, guys. Okay. Whenever you want braces, you know, right? How it works in mathematics. Whenever first you want to add two numbers and then you want to multiply that with some number, then we will write the first two numbers addition in braces, right? The same way. And concatenate. Concatenate is generally we will use in the strings. Okay, I have ABC string and I have PQR string. Whenever I want to combine those strings like ABC PQR as a single string, we will use concatenate. Equals, not equals, less than, greater than, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, and logical and logical or. Okay. So these are simple operations. Apart from that, you will be having some functions that you need to learn about. Okay. Logical and logical are, you are aware of that. Condition 1 and condition 2. Both are satisfied. True, 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 false, true. Like true and true, true. True and false, false. Sorry, and condition, right? True. Like those are like logical conditions. Okay. We use. And apart from that, we have some functions. These are basic operators, guys. Basic operators. Apart from that, we have some functions. Like whenever you want to work with the date time fields, you have some add months, date. Date will give you the a date of particular string. Okay. If you just click on that function in the down, you will get the description, guys. Okay. What this function will do? Add the number of months to the date. Okay. Using this last date of the month. If date is the last date of the month, adding the number of months has fewer days. Okay. It's just simply if we are in add months of 1. Now today is 18/1/2025, right? So add months, and here I am going to give the date field, and here I am going to give how many months I want to add for this particular date. If I give 2, right, I'll get answer of March 18th, 2025. Okay, like that. Like that, each and everything. This is something like that. Date of year, month, day. If you provide some year, some month, some day individually, automatically it will create a date field for you. Okay. Same date time value of expression. Date value. Okay. Day of the year. All these things you will not get like this, guys. I'll share you the list of validations that you can go through them. Okay. Then in that validations, they will be using all these functionalities, all these functions. So when you are seeing that scenarios and when you are reading those validations, you can clearly understand how to use these functions. Okay. So you will be having, whenever you want to select some field, you have to use insert field. Whenever you want to select some basic operators or any operators, we are going to use insert operators. Whenever you want to use some functions, you are going to pick function from this drop down. Okay. So now my condition is I want to check type is null or blank. Okay. So that is logical. Okay. There is a logical. If you see is null, is number, to check whether the given number is number or not. Okay. So I'm going to checks whether an expression is null and returns true and false. Okay. So, and there is another one blank value also. Okay. Checks whether the expression is blank and returns the substitute expression if it blanks. If the expression is not blank, return the original expression value. Okay. So blank value is something like that. If the expression is blank, then returns the substitute expression. So that is, if this is blank, then if you want to return something, it will return this value. Okay. Or else, if it's not blank, then it is going to return the same value. In my case, that is the blank value. Okay. And another check is blank. Checks whether an expression is blank and returns null. Okay. So you can use is blank or is null, guys. Both will suits you. In both the cases, it is going to check the return value is blank. Okay. So in the expression, I'm going to insert a field of type. Okay. So each blank of type, I'm going to check the syntax. Okay. Field type is a picked list field. Okay. Picked list field are supporting certain functions. Okay. While you are writing, if this type is the text field, guys, obviously we can easily write the validations like each blank of that particular type field. But when you are working with the pick list fields, it should be very careful because pick list fields support only few functionalities. Okay. So whenever you click on this tell me more, we can see what all the functionalities generally it supports. One of the functionalities it supports is the text function, guys. Okay. Tips for working with pick list and multi-pick list formulas. Okay. Pick list values can only used in these functions. Each pick value, case, text. Okay. And multi-pick list values are going to use these functionalities, each blank and all. So what is the text? Returns a pick list values API name so that you can work with reference to the values. So now what I can do is, so whenever we are going to work with, first I'm going to write a function of text type. Okay. So text of type will return me a value of type. Okay. After that, I am checking whether that is the blank or not. So whenever you are dealing with the pick list fields, make sure that you convert that into the text first because direct is blank is not supporting for the pick list field. So we are converting that into a text field. It's not complete field conversion, guys. It's just whatever the value that present in that particular record type value that we are going to convert into a text first and then we are checking whether that is blank or not. Okay. Whenever this condition is blank is satisfied and not only this condition, right? And we have another criteria also, the profile criteria. So profile and I'm going to select the name. Okay. Profile dot name not equals to system administrator. Our profile is system administrator, right? So you can simply give equals to system administrator also. So that basically it will check the profile name is system administrator or the type is blank. In this scenario, if this condition is satisfied, that means if this condition is returns a true value, in that case, display an error message. Please provide, please select type. Okay. And you want to display that error message on the top of the page or field. So top of the page in the sense of it will display at the top of the page, guys. I'll show you. Click on save. So now I have written a simple formula field. Here we are checking this type field is mandatory for the system administrator profile. If you don't want to this mandatory for the system administrator profile, you want to make this as mandatory for other profiles and optional for system administrator profile, here you are just going to change the condition, guys. Okay. Depending on our requirements, we are going to write conditions. That's it. So don't bother about that. Depending on our requirement, we will write the conditions. The main agenda here is how to use the profiles, how to use the functions, how to use the fields inside these functions. That is the main priority here. Okay. Now I have the active validation rule. If you make this validation rule is inactive, guys, then it will not fire. It will not check when we are creating the record or editing the record. Validation rules will only fire at the time of creating the record or editing the record. It will not fire at the time of deleting the record, guys. Okay. They will only fire at the time of editing the record or creating the record, because those are the two scenarios we are clicking on the save button. Okay. Simply validations will fire when you click on the save button. Let me try to create one account. Okay. Now also I'll go to, I'll switch to classic, guys, just to show you whenever I have taken on uh, type page layout required condition. See, type is not mandatory here. Okay. Let me switch back to Lightning. Type is not mandatory now, but when I'm trying to create a record, and clicking on save, I got a message, please select type, even though it is not the mandatory. How this message comes up is through the validation rule. At the time of validation rule, creating the validation rule, you were seeing the options, right? Top of the page and next to the field, error location. Top of the page is something like that. You will seeing the error message like this, or at the field you will see the, let me change that one also at the field and I'll show you. The error message will get displayed next to the field, guys. Okay. So most of the times we will select, sorry, I did a wrong one. So next to the field, and I would like to display the type field. Next to type field and click on save. Most of the times we will just select the type field until and unless this validation rule includes multiple fields and you would like to display the general message. Okay. In such cases, we will use top of the page. Otherwise, if this validation rule is just providing or capturing value and this is simply related to a particular field, then obviously we will display next to that particular field so that users can easily understand. Okay, clicking on save. It is displaying here. It is just displaying, it is not displaying the message here, guys. It is just displaying review the following fields. It just says, please select the type. The message is displaying next to the field. Okay. This is how a validation rule works. Okay. This is the simple validation rule, guys. Today, I just shown you is the very simple basic validation rule. Okay. In tomorrow's class, I will show you some more complex validation rules and we will implement those rules. Okay. And there is another concept of custom metadata also. That also we will discuss in tomorrow's class. Okay. So in today's class, basically you need to understand what is the validation rule and how can you make a field required. Can we make a field required using validation rules? Yes. We can make the fields required using validation rules. And what is the other ways to make fields required? Apart from the validation rules, what are the other ways that we can make a field is required? Mandatory. Okay. And what are the major three things that are present in validation rule? One is formulas, second one is operators. Sorry, one is like elements, object, accessing the objects, accessing the profiles, accessing the roles, accessing the user information. And the second one is the operators, and third one is the functions. Okay. Apart from that, while configuring the validation rules, we can make it as a active and inactive. Also, we can control the place of the error messages display. Okay. Um, that's it for today, guys. I know I haven't uploaded the yesterday's video, and I don't remember that I have uploaded before that video also. But today I'll check all the existing videos or all the videos which were recorded, and I will upload each and everything, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much.